Those are the very fabric of your business and your life. What I'm talking about here are your emotions. We're gonna go in depth in this specific life. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. In that way, you can come back and listen again, because this message is really, really important, especially for you, the woman who's going places, the woman who has a big mission, for you, the woman who is here to create an amazing life, an amazing business. This is a must. Right, before I go in depth, you know how this goes, and if you're new here, you will know. If this is the first time that we have an introduction here, drop me at 1. If this is not your first time, you've been watching me for a while, even if you're part of my clients, drop me at 2. If you're watching the replay, #replay, I really appreciate that. If you're joining me here live and your Instagram handle contains numbers, it's a phrase, basically it's not your name, drop your name. In that way I can say hi properly, because sometimes I used to have one, so don't feel bad. I used to have it was back in, I don't know, like 2017 or something like that. My Instagram handle was like Grace_28, whatever. That, I don't know what I was thinking. Anywho, that is not the topic here. Let's go back to the topic. When I said hi, when I said those are the very fabric of your business and life, those are your emotions, because guess what? And especially for you, like I said, the woman who's going places. If you are, just keep it just small. If you don't have a big vision, if you're still trapped in the, I don't know if I can, this is not your video, keep scrolling. But I'm not talking to that woman. I'm talking to you, the woman who has drive, right? So our emotions are the very fabric of our businesses and our lives. And why do I say that in the first place? Because it is the truth, ladies. And this team, if I call it that way, came once last month, and I've been seeing this time to time also with some of my one-on-ones, that sometimes we understand this topic intellectually, we understand our emotions. Maybe you have even books, you've been listening to podcasts, you have plenty of information, but when it comes to apply how we can utilize our emotions in our favor is when there is a big gap that we must close. So I'm gonna put some examples to make it more visual in that sense, because when we put examples, our mind just goes direct to the visual. So imagine that you have a team. I don't know how many people in your team, 4, 5 people. You have a team, and there's some thing that didn't went well, and you know that was an issue with a specific team member. How you handle that with grace, how you can hold that conversation without getting emotional, with that emotional entanglement. That is when it comes to, if you work in your emotions, you don't have a problem having a conversation with no one, because you're not entangled, because you're seeing the whole picture. But when we don't work in our emotions, actually that situation can trigger so many things, and that's when we get entangled, and that's why we avoid holding conversations. And one of the things that especially I learned last year was holding conversations in a big way, especially with my one-on-ones, because when we get to invest, when we get to move with someone and things, we must make some adjustments, we have to be really open and honest with the other person. And sometimes if we haven't worked in our emotions, we can buy the excuse, we can harmonize with the emotion that the other is feeling, and we cannot hold it. Sometimes in my one-on-ones, I do have people that are just like, they feel it, they almost cry, and that doesn't bother me. I don't try to stop them. Actually, I can hold that, that is really, really important, because when you are able to hold, when you are able to be in the presence in someone that is crying, in someone that is feeling something, and you don't get emotional involved, that is powerful. Another thing as well, a couple of weeks ago, I did have a situation with my daughter. Something happened with my daughter while she was with her father. And it was a painful situation, ladies. And if you're a mother, maybe you're not a mother, but you have siblings, or if you're a mother like me, when I received that text message, and I called his father back, he wasn't replying. I felt like my world was crumbling. And guess what? I did have to show up that day to attend my mastermind, to do some one-on-ones. I did 2. Actually, I do 3 calls max per day. And then the next day, I did have back-to-back podcast recordings. In that moment, I didn't avoid. In that moment, I didn't deny what was going on with my daughter. It was painful as fuck. It was really, really painful. What I did, I give myself time to remove what I was feeling, to feel my emotions, to release them, and to be able to move through my day with grace. Because another thing that I see in some clients, and I just tell them when they see me, it's like, no, I'm good, I'm strong enough. That archetype, or if I call it that way, of the cold queen, it's not going to work out here. You don't have to avoid, you don't have to deny, you don't have to be strong in that sense, because if you do that, guess what? It's like pushing like a balloon in the water. You're pushing, and at one point that balloon is going to just explode. So here we don't avoid, here we don't try to deny what's going on. Here we allow ourselves to feel our emotions and to move. And when you have this, people can feel that. And not only people can feel that, but you navigate your business with grace. Another thing as well, and when it comes to business, when you have mastered your emotions, you don't get entangled with what is going on in your business. You don't get entangled how many clients are you actually serving. You don't get entangled with the bank account. You see them as the feedback, and you reframe. And that is this is an amazing way to live. Because for many years, I used to live in the ups and downs, the pumps. Like something amazing was happening. I was feeling really, really pumped. When things were shit was hitting the fan, I was feeling kind of like I was like removing myself from the business. I was canceling my calls. It was a roller coaster of emotions. But when I started learning this, and I started using my emotions as my guidance, understanding me, things were moving in a better way. Another thing as well when it comes to emotions, and this is another part that actually I'm gonna go in depth in a masterclass that is gonna take place on the 18th of this month. I'm gonna give more details at the final of this video. But when we suppress our emotions, when we are denying for years, guess what? Your emotions get stuck in your body. And that's why sometimes we feel so much anger, we feel so much shame, things like that. We attract people, situations that are in harmony with those trapped emotions. So I'm gonna go in depth in this, and I'm gonna in that specific masterclass, and I'm gonna give you an exercise that could help you to release trapped emotions. Because that is another tool that is just so powerful, and not many people are showing that. And I think it's important, because even if we do the mental work, if we have trapped emotions, that is energy that is still stuck in our body. Like I said, we attract people, situations that are in harmony with that, and you don't want that. So that's why when we do this work as well, you start releasing those emotions. You feel better. The way that you look, even you feel. I was scrolling on my phone, and my pictures from 2020, 2019 Oh my gosh. And I'm not criticizing myself. Actually, I'm acknowledging the change. The way that I was looking on those pictures, I was really like full of fear, kind of doubtful about my life work. Even in the way that the face of someone shows so much. You know when someone is in fear. You know when someone is needing something. You know when someone is with this anger. You can enter into a room and you can actually feel that. Makes sense? So, to make a little recap here, the very fabric of your business and your life are your emotions. And when you, and I'm not going to use the word control, when you work on your emotions, when you understand, you are actually, you become immune to what is going on outside. You can hold powerful conversations with your clients without getting entangled, without getting triggered. You can hold when someone is crying, when someone is in desperation, you can hold that because it's no longer something that you entangle, and that is really, really powerful when you can hold someone in that space, because when you don't get entangled, you are in a position to help them, if that makes sense. When, especially for business entrepreneurs, when there's situations or circumstances in your businesses, let's say something happened with your kids. I do have kids, you already know that. Or even if you don't have kids, something happened with a sibling, with your father, with your mother, you are able to see what is going on, let yourself feel what you feel, and move with grace, because you know you are here also to serve people. Yes, you can move some calls. I'm not gonna say that just something is going on and you're gonna just be all in your business, but you are able to accommodate things with grace. And people can feel that energy. People love, I love that. People love certainty, confidence, and a steady energy. But that only comes when you have mastered yourself. And excuse me, I'm just moving all around. My hair is all over the place. Oh my God. Okay, I had a face that dead of my own from cancer, and I have to manage all those emotions I kept trapped for years. Absolutely love that touch, yet compassion, not empathy. I love this. Yeah, that's true. I love. Well, I feel for your loss, but yeah. When we understand what's going on here, I do have a comment right here that she says, I have to face the death of my aunt from cancer, and I have to manage all those emotions I kept trapped for years. Absolutely love that detachment, yet compassion or empathy. Yes, and I think when we do this work, it's when we can show up in a way that people feel us, in a way that not only people can feel us, but also in a way that we know we got this, and we don't let a situation, circumstance, for painful that the mind can perceive, divagate us or move us out of what we know we are meant to do. And this is not about avoiding. This is not about trying to be strong. This is not about denying or numbing. It's about understanding, because you want to understand. You want to allow yourself to move with grace, to feel all the feelings and become really immune to all of them. All right, ladies, guys, we're gonna have a master class on September 18th, and I know it's kind of short notice. I usually give myself 3 weeks, but at this time it was approximately 2 weeks. It's called Emotional Code. This is for the woman, for the entrepreneur, for the healer, for the coach, for the mentor who's going places, for the one who actually wants, who is ready to command success. And one of the pieces when it comes to success, and success, it could be anything. It doesn't matter what is the definition of success, but this is key. It's understanding your emotions and being able to navigate them with grace. Because when you do that, it doesn't matter what any field you get to move. You move with grace, and you move as a woman that you came here to be. So that master class is on the 18th, 12 p.m. Central Time. There is a fee for this specific master class, because I'm not going to give you just more information, because there's so many information everywhere. We want to provide you techniques that will help you to release, like I mentioned before, trapped emotions. And this is this is priceless, because it took me time even to attract the mentor who was able to teach me this in a simple and effective manner. So I'm going to give you that key. I'm going to give you that technique, that method, and you will have access to the recording. And like I said, it's going to be short and sweet, 45 minutes. We're going to have also time, 15 minutes for the Q&A. In that way, you can ask feedback, you can ask questions live there. The investment in yourself is $55. It's going to go up to $111. I haven't decided yet when it's gonna go up, but for now it's $55. And like I said, you're going to have access to the recording and also to that powerful technique. I think that's priceless. But like I said, the intention for this masterclass is to call the woman who's ready to receive it. And this is, if you during our live, or if you're watching the replay, something just light up in you, just get curious. I'm not going to say that accept it right away. Just get curious, let that land. And if you want to join us, the link is in the bio, also more information. With that being said, have a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next. Thank you for the compliments as well. Bye.